Newton's third law states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Looking at the world around us these days, it can almost seem that the uglier humanity gets, the more beautifully Mother Nature shows out with some truly stunning moments of her own. That's not to say that some of the more courageous and humble folk amongst us aren't also displaying some rather heroic examples of what the best of us are capable of, even in the midst of the worst of us. But it was the scenery this past weekend that really took our breath away, and we found that we really needed that. About a year ago, we bought a book called 60 Hikes Within 60 Miles of Nashville, and we promptly brought it home and proceeded to do absolutely nothing with it. It sat on the dining room table, collecting dust and cat hair. Occasionally, one of us would flip through it and proclaim that we should really make a point of picking a trail and spending some time out in nature one weekend. Another couple of weeks would go by, more dust and cat hair, still no hiking. Life kept getting in the way, and free time is in short supply when you're working 40-plus hours a week. There were chores to be done, messes to clean, groceries to shop for. The weekend slips away, and before you know it, you're staring down the barrel of yet another work week. Time's up. This weekend, though, we made it happen. After spending so much of our everyday life surrounded by asphalt and concrete, entering the woods at Bledsoe Creek State Park is like stepping through to Narnia. It's a whole other world, steeped in life, and it shocks all of your previously underutilized senses awake. Everything is this unique shade of green that is so intense, so vibrant. I swear you can practically smell the color. There is a cool, earthy dampness that seems to permeate the landscape. The air smells of dried leaves, creek beds, and wet, mossy stones. Sunlight filters playfully through the swaying trees, and a cool breeze skates across the water to ripple through the tall grasses. You would just have to see it to believe it, I guess, but let me try to explain it to you. Everywhere you look, life is getting down to the business of living. There are whole families of deer less than 20 feet away from you, grazing slowly and flicking their ears to ward off the buzzing insects all around. They don't seem to have hardly any fear of people. They just look up occasionally from their foraging and give you this look like, "Oh, you're still here?" Birds flit from tree to tree, singing songs as old as the canopies they call home. Dragonflies dance and skip across the lake in aerial battles that are almost too quick to follow. And the clouds, well, let's just say this kind of majesty should really be illegal. It's almost obscene. It forced us to disconnect from the virtual worlds we seem to live in every moment of our day-to-day lives, and actually look up and notice the real world around us. Now, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy our little virtual lives on the internet just as much as the next person. But no matter how bad things get back in civilization, no matter how much work is still needed to heal and make whole, nothing has quite jolted me back into awareness and awe like the natural splendor that surrounded us this weekend. I think it is all too easy these days to forget that we are not the center of the world. With social media marketing each one of us as the most important person in the universe, and convincing us that the public hangs on our every word, it's easy to lose sight of the fact that wondrous things are occurring all the time, just beyond the glow of our various and sundry screens. In fact, some of the most amazing and beautiful achievements in this world were made long before we were, and certainly without or despite our help. As strange as it may sound, I find that oddly comforting, don't you? So, take a moment today to go outside and drink it all in. Stop, look, and listen. Let the sunlight warm your face, and listen to the wind blowing gently in the treetops. I promise there is beauty to be found somewhere nearby, if you just pay close enough attention and allow it to be seen. Drop whatever you're doing, power down those devices, and just get out there and find it.